As you see, if you look closely, the flames rolling out. It's not going straight into the chamber. It's lifting up. We will be tripping out on roll-off switch soon. The gas pressure is good, guys. I checked it before. I put the analyzer on. You always want to do a visual. You always want to check the gas pressure. Oh, just tripped on roll-off switch. This is way too hot. Let's look at the floor here, guys. Look at all the acidic water on the floor. It's all from the condensate coming from underneath the furnace. And then you look at the intake or fresh air and you see they brought it from inside the house. Now, yes, it will work, but there's a few reasons why you don't want that. One reason is you're getting all the bad air inside the house in the furnace. It's not as clean as the outside air. The other reason is pressures inside the house. But was that a contributing factor? What's going on, guys? Did you check out those numbers? Crazy, eh? It's funny, months prior the guy said he had somebody there he knew and he fixed the problem. Well, was there issues then? Most likely. Did he just push the button, not knowing the ramifications? I'm glad it's changed out. I'm just taking out a few parts here, things I might need in the future when I'm in a pinch. I'll show you where this came out of. It's been a long day, and I'll let you guys watch the video. Alright guys, I'll probably take this apart later, but I wanted to show you this water in the back corner here. See that? Right in the back corner. You see the acidic condensate right underneath the secondary. Inside, guys, I have the blower motor covered just in case any shavings go inside. Alright guys, just want to show you this little tool I have. It's called the wind bag, and when you're by yourself, that extra third hand helps. So what I did is I slid this under, pumped it up, and it's helping me line this return plenum in the furnace. Wind bag. When I'm doing anything 2.5 or 2 inches, I like to use this drill bit. It's not a core drill bit, so it's much easier. And when I start it, I like to tap it a little bit to get it going, then I rotate. As you see, that's why I didn't glue that. So I have play this way. And right now I didn't glue this either, so my 45 I could make straight. So now that I have play, I can see where it's straight, somewhat straight, mark it, cut it, do my last joint. If it's not cold, you don't have to use a primer. You only use it when it's a certain Fahrenheit outside. Usually when you're outside, you use a primer. But for indoors and it's conditioned, you don't need primer. I could have braced this before, but there's not too much play with it, so I could brace it after I do the joint. And guys, I don't have an elbow or anything outside either, so I have play here as well. So I'm gonna glue this one, and that over there is gonna be my last one I glue. That's it. So that's in. I could brace it after. What you could do so you don't lose your angle there and keep it straight is what I like to do is I just, since I'm glued there, I mark it so I know where the perfect angle is. So if I turn it when I'm gluing it, it won't throw things off. As you see, guys, no drips, no mess. I think it looks more professional. No drips, it looks clean. It's only 2-inch pipe. Now, for the intake, for moisture reasons, sometimes I add a T. So whatever moisture comes in or whatnot, it'll go through the trap. On this furnace, it didn't seem to have an issue on the other furnace. On this furnace, it's in the corner, so it's not too bad. So I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna put a trap on this furnace. For the power, it's coming from the switch all the way to that side. So I'm going to see if this wire here is long enough to come along here to the original side. I'm gonna mark and then put an inch on each side for my S-cleat. Alright guys, so as you see, I put an S-cleat here, an S-cleat here, one here. I am no expert, but try to do the best you can. So I'm gonna measure my distance here, add an inch on each side to slide in here. So we got about 4 inches there, and then 4 inches here, add an inch on each side. Alright, so as you see guys, I slid my piece in, and on this end, I kept it straight cut, because I'll be putting an S-cleat, and on the front piece, I'll put a 1-inch fold and snap it in this way. So for my last piece, I have my S-cleat at the top, I got 2 S-cleats on the side, and I have a flange coming out this way. So I got 1-inch flanges folded inside on both sides. So I'll slide it in my S, I'll put both sides in the S-cleat, and have my flange out. Sometimes I like to cut this off and I can slide an S right in between at the bottom. But this time I just put the flange on the outside. I'll make sure my other side's in, but that's how it's gonna roughly fit. And the transition's complete. I'll tape it up. Alright guys, just gotta put one more T in my exhaust for my analyzer. For the gases, I shut off the gas outside because my valve is here, and I take this gas line out, swing that T over, and bring the gas on this side of the furnace. Customer bought me a sub from Firehouse. Apparently it's there's only about 4 of them around here. Looks pretty good. Pre-existing piece I must have took off somewhere. You don't need piped up all the way to the end. Alright guys, so I'm going to check the gas pressure, let it run for a minute, check the gas pressure, put it to 3.5 first. That's what the manufacturer is calling for. Go outside, clock the meter, and then do a gas analyze on it. As you see, I added that quick T with the male pipe adapter. You could unscrew it and screw it back on. There's a neutralizer on. pH levels are high in the condensing furnaces. And there she goes. I just heard her start. So we're grooving. There it goes. Alright guys, so the manufacturer wants me to set this furnace at 3.5 water column. This has a set screw, something like that. You can easily take it out with service wrench. So we're going to see what this pressure is at and adjust if we have to adjust for what the manufacturer wants. Alright guys, so we know the inches of water column is at 3.5. And my gas pressure. Let's put the set screw back. I'll show you where it is. You see it back there. Alright guys, so sorry for the noise in the background, but now that we got this at 3.5, what the manufacturer wants you to have it set at, we're going to clock the meter. Now, before you clock the meter, you have to know the calorific value of gas in your area. Then you have to make sure all these gas appliances are closed except the furnace. And you're going to count how many seconds it takes to do one full revolution on the 0.5 dial. And that's what I'll be using. I'll put it on the screen where exactly what you're looking for. And I'll be using a chart like something like this to reference to. And at the same time, I'll see if I have to adjust it higher or lower. And I'll have my gas analyzer on, seeing what the furnace is doing and how it's reacting. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, just checking my temperature display here. So I got one of my return there, one of my supply here. I'm using existing hose. I don't want to drill new holes. I might move them closer. We'll see how the numbers are. So far they look pretty good. I'm going to check the total external static pressure just to have on note. I'll put a probe, pressure probe right before the coil. One of my return plenum. Analyzer looks good. Just going to plug that hole in the intake, paint this gas line, make a little door for the return, tuned in, running nice. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.